I noticed earlier today when I was doing a video doing skincare and makeup how horrible my hands looked in the video. I can't even believe I'm pointing it out, but I'm sure you probably noticed if you saw that video earlier today. This is what my hands really look like, and I never pay any attention to them. I get my nails done, but it's not so much for a looks thing as an irritating habit that I have thing. I chew my nails unless I have acrylic nails, and then I don't even think about them. So it's a psychological thing more than anything. But my hands, I pay zero attention to. And since I got this Skin So Soft hand cream with my Avon starter kit, which I just got last week. It came in the starter kit, and I love Skin So Soft. Love it. Have always loved it. I've loved it. I'm pretty sure we had it when I was a kid. My mother was an Avon representative, and I grew up on Dew Kiss, which is the only thing you could put on your face that she would let me use. It was a moisturizer. And Sweet Honesty cologne, which I still love the smell of. But Skin So Soft I've been using for so long, I'm not sure when I started using it, but I try to always have a big bottle of it on the side of my bathtub, and I pour it in when I take a bath. And when you come out, you feel so nice and smooth and soft, and everything smells so good. So, since I really, 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 really need something for my hands, and since I have this lovely Skin So Soft hand cream, I am going to use it right here on camera. And then I'm going to come back later and see if it held up. It would really be a miracle if it holds up, because that's some deep down intensive damage going on there. But I'm going to try it. And I don't think there's any way to do hand cream other than rub it in. So I'm going to do that. And I think for the sake of the experiment, I will not do this other hand. And then I will compare them in a while. I'm not going to hold myself to an hour. It might be more than an hour. But I will come back in no less than an hour to see. I can see right now that my hands need to be exfoliated. I have never done that. I'm not even sure that they make an exfoliator specifically for hands, but I have read about exfoliators made from granulated sugar, so I could do that. I don't actually use sugar myself, except for rare things. I use it to make hummingbird food, because I use a sweetener called stevia. And I use it in a blend called Pure, P-Y-U-R-E. But I keep granulated sugar. I imagine it's been in there for 5 years, because I really only use it for hummingbird food. But I could also use it as an exfoliator. If this hand cream does not soak in, I'm going to realize for sure that my hands need to be exfoliated, because I've never been a hand cream person. Looks like I really need to be a hand cream person. My wrinkles have wrinkles. So anyway, we're going to let that sit. Let it try to soak in. If it doesn't soak in, then it'll sit on top of my skin. I'm going to really give some consideration to looking up a recipe for an exfoliator. But if I remember correctly, you can use just straight granulated sugar. Oh. Okay, those are the two for right now. I'm embarrassed. This is shameful. Even young girls know to do things to their hands. So, well, it looks dramatically different right now. But let's give it a little bit to soak in and we'll come back. Well, it hasn't been an hour, but while I was waiting, I looked up exfoliation for hands, and I have found a recipe, and I know I'm going to need it because I've got 5 decades or more of dead skin on these hands. This is the difference. Now, I can see a difference. I don't know if you can see a difference. There is a difference from just using the hand cream, but I am going to use the exfoliation materials, which consist of, and I'll give you an exact recipe, but it's sea salt and granulated sugar in one container with lemon juice. You mix that up and it gets all granular, and then the liquid portion of it is coconut oil and raw honey. Raw honey is hard to mix and make not so thick, but I'm working on that. That's going to be my project for tonight. It's Saturday night and I'm going to exfoliate my hands. So I am going to do that tonight and then put the hand cream on tomorrow and see how much of a difference there is. But I'm not sure if you can see, because to me the left hand, which I did, was more wrinkled than the right hand, but this is just cream, and next time you see me it's going to be after having exfoliated and then doing the cream, and we're going to see if I have hands that look more like they belong on a human who is still breathing. Really, this is shameful, shameful. And as much as I talk with my hands, everybody has seen my hands. I usually have my hands going all the time, and I'm not Italian. I'm a very teeny tiny percentage Italian, very teeny tiny. I have my ancestry DNA done, and I have a little Italian, but it's a teeny tiny little amount of Italian. I'm more Irish than any single other thing, but I'm all kinds of things. Much, 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 much diversity in my blood. So I will come back to you tomorrow, which for you will be a few seconds, because then I will add that to the end of this video. But that's after just the Skin So Soft hand cream and decades of abuse to these hands. And these hands do so many things for me. I do a lot of things with my hands. I take care of babies. I actually have 4 one-year-olds in my little daycare here in my house. And I paint and I garden and I cook and I type. I do a lot of things with these hands. They deserve more attention than what I have been giving them. And I vow to do that. And you can hold me accountable, because any video I'm doing, you're going to see my hands. My hands are always waving around. So, yesterday, my hands were so horrific in the video that I knew I had to do something drastic. So I put the first coat of Skin So Soft hand cream on, and it did make them better, but they were so crinkly and wrinkly. They're still not great, but they were so bad that I knew I had to exfoliate. So I looked online and I found a recipe for an exfoliation cream or mixture. You could do less than what I did, but I had the time, so I did it. I mixed a 1/4 cup of granulated sugar and a 1/4 cup of sea salt with 1 tablespoon of lemon juice in one little bowl. Mix that up till it got crumbly. Then in another little bowl, a tablespoon of coconut oil, and I used liquid coconut oil. Coconut oil hardens at room temperature, but there is a kind that stays liquefied, and that's the kind that I used. It's the same kind I used on my face when I got it all messed up. So a tablespoon of coconut oil and 2 tablespoons of raw honey. And you mix that up, and you mix, and you mix, and you mix, and you mix, because it's very thick. Then you combine the two, you mix them up really good, and then you take a little ball of it and rub it into your hands, and just rub, and rub, and rub, and I could feel the dead stuff coming off. The instructions said to do that once a week. I'm going to try to remember to do that on Saturdays. So I did that. So now I'm going to put my Skin So Soft hand cream on, and it should be able to actually go into the skin and do me some good. This feels good too. It's not sticky like some hand creams are. Not that I've had a lot of experience with hand creams, I admit. I have totally neglected my hands. But now I am on the path to recovery. Thank you, Skin So Soft Replenishing Hand Cream. I'm on the road to recovery. My hands are still 59 years old, but they could have been so much better if I had been taking care of them. So I highly recommend you take care of them, because people see your face when they meet you. But if you talk with your hands like I do, they're going to see your hands too. So I think I know they're better. I hope you can tell they're better from the video. And I vow to do better. I will do better. I'm going to keep a tube of this right here in front of me on my vanity so that I can remember to take care of my hands. My hands, honestly, my best friend died a couple years ago. She was 92 years old. My hands were worse than her hands. So, take care of your hands. Take care of your face. But take care of your hands. They're important.